Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to another episode of Two Girls, One Doc.
One Doc.
It's your girl, BD.
It is Forens, the foodie.
And we are back.
We're back. Oh, speaking of food, this adulting shit is not easy. I just got done. No. Your face of horror. You think I'm going to say what I told you before, but I'm not.
I was like, what kind of podcast did you think this is?
No.
You just got done
not
doing
Two Girls,
what?
One Cup. No, I just got done doing meal prep for the week.
Oh yeah,
And I was knackered. I went to basically, I was doing like this low calorie shepherd's pie, and I had planned on cooking on Saturday because my Sunday was hectic.
I cannot imagine you eating shepherd's pie.
You cannot, did you say?
No.
Oh my god, let me tell you, shepherd's pie, when the
Which one is that? Is that the one with mince?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
When my mouth is even watering. When the mash is creamy with cheese.
I love a good mash, to be honest. I do love a good mash.
And if you use the like garlic butter, and then you put some baked beans on that shit, oh my god.
Wait, baked beans?
I'm telling you, try
on
it.
The shepherd's pie?
By the
what,
side.
What, on your serving or on top
your
of
serving,
the pie?
And then you could on your serving. No. On your with your like when you're eating it, and then you. Oh my god, it's the savoury. It's the.
This is the most British thing I have ever heard come out of your mouth. Like I'm shocked and appalled.
But why did you say this? I don't eat a lot of Nigerian food.
Yeah, no, it's true. It's actually very true.
So of everyone,
but I think it's because at home, obviously, you have to make like stew and stuff like that. But like, I guess now that you're in your own crib, you're not forced to do such things.
Yeah, no, I haven't cooked any Nigerian food since we've been here. Like yesterday, I brought back meat pie and puff, and he was like, "Oh my god, home."
It feels like home.
And she was like, "It was so kind of you to bring something that reminds me of home." I was like, "Sir, calm
giving
down."
What's it, 90 Day Fiance?
Literally, it is actually. It's 100% 90 Day Fiance. It's the same vibe. I remember watching that with my dad, and he was like, "Oh, that's literally you." Literally, nah,
minus the fraud because they actually love each other, don't they?
Yeah, and then I made stir fry veg for dinner each week. So
okay, so are we getting content then, or what's going on?
We're building up to get content. I'm still, do you know what it is? I'm still figuring out the feng shui of my kitchen. Mm-hmm. So once I've nailed it, like once I know how to, that is what I'm doing. Like I'm still trying to gauge like where do I put this? How do I do it? Yeah. When I've nailed that, then I get the camera out and we're good.
Okay.
So we're slowly building up.
I would ask for the fans.
Yeah, no, it's coming. My parents are like hounding me like, "Oh, you haven't had a dinner since you've moved into this place. We don't know where you live."
As in
I haven't invited them. Yeah, I need to. I've been thinking about what I'm going to cook them. I have 4 plates. This is part of the problem.
Yeah.
We went to IKEA the other day and I bought 5 like dessert bowls, but then I realized 5 isn't enough for when my parents come because it is. No, it isn't.
There's 4 of you.
No, we're a family of 5 plus.
No, but I'm saying, if your parents, is it just your parents that are coming, or is it they might have to do it in shifts? I can't lie. Like
that is what I said. My parents are like, "No, if we're coming, we're bringing Chasm and Chimney." So they want to all come together. I was like,
that's so funny because you're good, babe. So you're gonna.
And also, do you even know that I don't live in a mansion? They were like, anything you want us to bring. If you want us to bring foldable chairs,
tell them to bring plates as well then.
That's what they said, but I just think it's the ghetto. Like, if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it well. You know me. Like,
no, I think you should just do it.
And I have 4 wine glasses, 4 champagne flutes.
2 extra ones. What's the problem?
No, you know me. I feel like it's the ghetto.
No, it's not.
I know.
Because they're insisting to come.
So they want to come. I know, but I just can't.
So you're not going to invite them until you have the perfect chef's kitchen.
But why do you think I haven't invited you guys round? Every time I think,
it's only because I'm busy. If not, I actually would just come.
Yeah, every time I think, I'm at the stage where I can actually invite you guys around. Then I'm like, I'm just waiting for this. I'm just waiting for that.
Yeah, but it's because you're there's this like level of contentment that you're just not gonna have. Like you want everything to be, but that's just not gonna happen, and it's not gonna happen in this flat either. It's just not.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
It's just not. So like either we just never come to this flat and we wait until you have your mansion in wherever.
I was thinking about it the other day. I was like, what if they just do it? I'm just not gonna say anything, and then if
but this is what happens, and then time goes by, and then you're like, oh yeah, I should have. It's like, who's gonna judge you? Is this your friends?
It's me judging me. It's me against the world.
Anyway, I'll chat to your man and I'll be like, hey, we're coming around. I have his number. I'll be like, make sure she's home.
Chat to him. I don't care. It's me.
It's only because I've been busy. That's why I haven't rolled through.
Yeah, and everyone else has been busy, and I'm like, good. Before you know it, it's gonna be next year, and then it's gonna be like, guys, I'm in the midst of moving. There's no point.
Okay, well, I'm glad you said that because now
or next year or the year
that will not happen.
Not on my watch.
It's honestly like literally it's about seeing the growth and like where you are and everything like that, you know?
I get it. It's not even just it's the flat. It's just I haven't gotten it where I want it to be.
It will never be where you want it to be.
I know.
Because where you want it to be will change. You're going to move the goalpost and then move it and then move it and then move it and then...
Yeah. So I'm just like, like I need a rug. I need... Yeah.
Oh my God, a rug. Oh no. How can we come without a rug? I need fabulous.
Okay, we should get... I think we're avoiding it because this is such a heavy one.
Yeah, it really is.
Oh God, I had something else to tell you, but I forgot.
Why, thank you so much for that.
Oh shit, I don't even know. I remember thinking, should I say this on the pod or not? Began. Oh well.
Yeah, hopefully the Lord brings it to your mind.
But guys, I am drinking today. I'm just gonna actually pour myself a glass. I'll show you the bottle.
Let me see. What's the butter? Bread and butter.
Yeah. Okay. So, guys, I changed companies and I now work for a company. I'm not going to name the company because some of you are weird, but I work for a alcohol affiliated company, and this is one of the like signature wines. You can hear me pouring it in the back. It's called Bread and Butter, and it is their Pinot Noir. I've heard the Chardonnay is really good, so I'll be getting that. And basically, in my company, they have people that taste the wine to make sure that it's good to sell.
Are they hiring?
Huh?
Are they hiring?
It's a very sought after job, so even if they hire us internally.
Wow.
But basically, we have this like wine cellar at the bottom of our office building, and basically it's glass so you can see into it, and like people just are in there drinking wine, and it's and then basically they take one sip of a bottle and then they put it out on the table, and then you just take it at the end of the day. So like every day I go to work.
Okay, so it's not cork ones, it's like the screw ones, so you can close it.
They have the corked ones.
So is it open?
No, like they put the cork back in.
They re-cork it. Okay.
Yeah, like it's one glass, they take, re-cork it and put it out.
Oh,
so you just have 3 bottles of wine. So I have so much wine now.
And yet I have none.
You don't live... If you lived around me, I would take for you. I always take to my parents.
So just bring it to your house. It's fine. Why doesn't it expire?
It's in my house.
Okay, that's why. Oh, sorry, I forgot. I've not been invited around, so...
It's in my house. When you're working in my area, then come and get it.
I need to be working. I'll find my way.
Yeah, find your way. I've got... Like, one day I took 7 bottles. Because if you don't take it, it just...
Act like you've been here before.
And that was my first day as well.
Like you've been
honestly, that was my first day. From now, I just take 1 or 2. But that day I took 7. I took some home as well to my parents, so that was good. But yeah, no, this is really good.
Was it white?
No, it's red. It's Pinot Noir. I think it's a start. Oh God, I'm becoming so pretentious.
Oh my God.
I feel like it's a starter if you're entering the world of red. It's not too heavy. It's very fruity. But it's rich at the same time. Let me taste it. Yeah, an oaky aftermath.
I knew that was coming. I was waiting for it.
No, it's very, like, there's citrus. I can't remember what they said. Is it hints of strawberry? I don't know. Let me read the back. The bake. It says classic California Pinot Noir with notes of black cherry. That's what it is. I can taste that. Vanilla and toasted oak. So it is an oaky afterbirth.
Look at that.
Michael Scott was right. Perfect when enjoyed with good food and company. So I've got a good company.
You drink alone.
I am my own company.
Amen. You yourself and you.
Exactly.
That's all I
need. I'll 3 out.
I am, on the other hand, awaiting an alcohol delivery, but let's see if this guy understood the assignment.
It didn't sound like he did.
At all. But anyway, we'll continue.
He said... You can cut this out, but he said Lucozade.
I won't cut it out because he should be shamed.
I said,
there's alcohol at home because we have Courvoisier and we have rum, and he said there's another, but we don't have mixer, and he's like, yeah, there's Lucozade. I said, have you?
So alcohol is a depressant, and then you're using Lucozade to counteract the down. Like, what are you?
But then also in terms of the flavor profile, yeah, what are we doing here?
What goes with Lucozade? Like, at least Red Bull is like what goes with Lucozade?
Maybe Ciroc.
No, but he said he's done it before, and I was like, you must have been going through it when you did that. That is the depth of desperation.
I'm in too deep now. Like, I love him, so here we are.
Here we motherfucking are. That is a good... Oh, yeah, the vanilla is vanilla-ing.
Okay.
I'm really enjoying this.
Let's get into this documentary.
Yeah, I need it. Hold on 1 second.
Today we're doing the credits, okay?
Yeah.
And we are discussing the documentary Take Care of Maya, which is on Netflix and is just so sad.
Yeah. I don't know, like, before we even get into it, I recommend watching it. 100%.
100%. I watched it twice.
Something don't watch if you're depressed already or feeling low.
Yeah. Yeah, don't watch that week before your period and don't watch the week of your period. Maybe the week after.
My period, like, moods have been a lot worse than ever. I don't know what it is about getting older.
Extreme. Are they getting heavier?
My periods? Yes.
Yeah, mine are getting heavier.
Oh, God. We can't catch a break. There's like 2 weeks in a month where you're yourself, if that.
Yeah. If that.
So, yeah, this documentary, I don't know if we should do a synopsis and then talk about it or...
Yeah, I think a synopsis would be good, to be honest.
Yeah. So basically... Basically the documentary follows this family and I've forgotten their surname actually.
Kowalski. And
then the dad is just basically telling us about how he met his wife and then they had 2 kids and everything is great, they're living a good life, and suddenly like the daughter develops this thing where she's in like severe pain and she can't walk. I think she was breaking out in hives as well.
Yeah, she was just going through
She was going through
it. All of a sudden.
So they take her to so many different specialists. Nobody can knows what's wrong with her. She's tried different sorts of treatments, but they can't decipher what's wrong with her. And then finally they find out that it's this very rare disease. What's it called again?
CRPS or CPRS or chronic something.
And basically what I understood from it was it's kind of like your brain is telling you you're in pain and you can't move and you can't do this, whether or not there's actually a specific thing that's causing it. So where you
injured yourself and as time goes by your pain levels decrease because the body's healing, with their condition that doesn't happen. Like your brain keeps telling you that you're injured and you're more injured and you're more injured, so then you're more in pain.
Yeah, so like it would feel like you're on fire, like somebody's slide. Yeah, literally. So obviously that is really horrible to think that your child is going through that. It's horrible. So they find this specialist, as I said, and they take her to him, and then he's doing some treatment. Was it Ket that they were using in there?
Ketamine.
Yeah.
So they use on horses.
I mean, funny if we were talking about this yesterday and just how easy it would be to be addicted to like prescription drugs, because
honestly like addiction is actually an illness.
Yeah,
and it's so easy to like laugh it off, like, oh, you're a crackhead, or this, or just stop drinking, just stop gambling. But honestly, I feel like addictions are like me. I can honestly say, I'm addicted to sugar. Yeah, and sugar is widely accepted to be a normal thing. Like it's fine. But if sugar was villainized like crack, I would be a sugarhead. Okay, because I would say to myself, no sweets for you. Just don't have any, don't buy any, and I would go right to the shop, to the confectionery aisle, and I will pick up multiple packets of sweets.
Apparently on Twitter they were trying to fight for the right to normalize coke.
They were saying that someone was saying it's not a hard drug. I said, please.
How hard? Do you want it to punch you in the face and knock out your teeth before you know it's hard? Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, I was just like, I don't. There's some friends now that like I just don't interact with. I'm just like, you know what? And I'm trying to do this because people would say like sometimes on Twitter you're in like an echo chamber. You're surrounded by thoughts and feelings that just echo your own, and like sometimes I'm like, hey, let me just expose myself to other opinions. Yeah.
And then you're like, nope, this ain't for me.
And then I'm like, no, actually, my opinion is correct, and I shouldn't be around others. Like
I tried it, I don't like it.
How can you try and shame me for not or for considering cocaine to be a hard class A?
To be honest, for me, I think, of course, cocaine is horrible, but the one that gets me is like in the ones you inject. Like, how do you get like? Do you at least inject? Like, you actually inject into your vein. You look at your vein and you're like,
because now there's just the increased risk of other things. Now I could get an infection.
Literally, now you've got AIDS.
It's crazy.
Yeah. So, anyways, he does this by dosing her with some ket, and then that doesn't really work. She feels a bit
ket like they're in a club. It's literally ketamine. Like he's prescribing ketamine to her.
But it's still ket. Like
just in the club. Hey, you want some ket? Yeah, man.
Take a little sip. But it's still ketamine. Okay, do you think if you say ketamine in a medical sense that it takes away from the fact that it's ket? It's still ket.
No, but saying ket just sounds so like this girl is sick and she's searching for an answer. And you're talking about ket. Yeah, cheeky ket.
Sorry.
Bit ket on the sides.
He doses her with ketamine.
Thank you very much.
And that doesn't work. So then he puts her in a ketamine-induced coma. And it's like, you know what? I wouldn't mind.
Do you know what it is about this coma?
Your problems can't find you in your sleep.
I mean, I hear it. But the coma is for 5... I mean, okay, yeah, do you know what? We'll get into everything in detail. But yeah, basically they put her in a coma. It makes things better, right?
And then they come out, move back home. Mm-hmm. There's a tornado or a storm or something.
Yeah, hurricane,
that's the one. And then after that she regresses.
Relapses. Is it relapses? Yeah. Like she just gets worse again.
So they take her to a hospital, get there, and the mum is like insisting like she needs
this
ketamine.
Is where the problems start. Like, this is literally where the problems start.
Yeah. And then she goes into care because they feel like the mum has Munchausen, and it's just a downward spiral from there. They wouldn't let her hug her daughter, wouldn't let her see her daughter.
Yeah. So if we now go backwards, to the beginning, I think that the mum, she's often in this documentary described as being very overbearing, and very detailed. So she's a nurse, right? Yeah. She's from Poland. I think she came to America when she was 16.
That Polish.
Yes, the Eastern European side,
they don't get. Americans don't get.
I think they don't get it, literally, because I have been around. I've had patients that are like Eastern European, and I really get along with them because there's like no nonsense. Like 1 + 1 is 2. There's none of these like passive aggressive or it's literally just like very straight to the point. And I can understand why that might rub someone the wrong way. And also her being a woman and her being a nurse, she documented everything that these doctors told her, every phone call she recorded. In this documentary, which I think is why we're suggesting you watch it, there is so much footage of everything, so many phone calls we hear, and her name is Beata. We hear Beata's voice like so much, we see her so much in this documentary. And Maya was her first kid, and she struggled to have her because I think she had a miscarriage before. Like, it took a long time to get pregnant with Maya, and then she had another kid that just happened like that. But like Maya took a really long time, and it was like your golden child, your baby, your miracle child. Like, if that's I saw a lot of myself in Beata. If that was me, and my child was going through something like that, I've acted the exact same way as Beata. Like, I would question everything, I would document everything, I would go to many different doctors, I'd get multiple opinions, and I would
especially
do everything
when it's a field that you work in. Like,
you have more knowledge than others.
Yeah, and I think a lot of times when I was watching it, I was just like, they don't get the Eastern European, like. I
think that's why I rubbed them the wrong way, and I think her husband Jack. Or Jacek, which I think is so much nicer than Jack, but anyway, whatever. So he pissed me off a lot in this because, so essentially Maya gets taken into state custody, and she describes it later on in the documentary as like medical kidnapping, which I can completely understand why she said that. She goes into the hospital after the hurricane, and so she's not on her medication, and the mum Beata's trying to explain to them, look, this girl is on high dose ketamine because she has these issues, like this is the dosage. And the doctors, I understand it from their point of view to some extent, because they're saying, hey, this isn't normal to be on this much ketamine, her age, and like maybe some of the symptoms that she's having, because she's saying, she's having abdominal pain, she's feeling this, she's feeling that, maybe this is linked to the fact that she was on such high doses and she's not anymore or whatever. So I get why they would be like, we can't just continue this random treatment that you're saying you were on for some random doctor that we've not spoken to you, so like we have to do it this way. And then Beata's very insistent because, again, her daughter is in pain. She's seeing her daughter in pain. And she knows the cure. And she knows the cure, that this has worked before, like, just do it kind of thing. But that doesn't go down very well. And they kind of take Maya into custody and say, you can no longer see her. You need supervised visits or phone calls and that sort of stuff. Which is just, like, heartbreaking to Beata,
But then there's this bit where, like, the dad is talking to a police officer. And then
the interview bit?
Yeah, and then
but that was even later than was that, because there was a bit before when basically the parents can't see Maya, but it's like the vitriol they have for Beata, the mum, is so much more than the dad, because the dad is like conforming and playing the game, which I can understand to some point. It's like, listen, the way that you're moving, they're not going to allow you to see her.
Yeah.
You have to be able to play the game. And the lawyer says it as well. The lawyer's like, listen, this is what you have to do in order to see your child.
Yeah.
And then Beyonce's like, what, so my child should just be in pain? And she said, listen, sacrifice that now to get her later, or don't get her ever.
Is that your phone?
This boy's phone is ringing. No, his Mac is ringing. But yeah, it's just like sacrifice that now so you can have her for a long time, or keep going like this and you're just never going to have her.
Yeah, and then the mum and dad, there's this not footage but recording of them arguing, and the dad is saying, he's saying the same thing. He's like, you need to stop. Like, and I didn't like that because it's like, I get what the dad is doing and I get he's playing the game, but in the privacy of discussing with your wife, you should be backing her and telling her
this is the thing. I was like, you're not angry enough for me. Like, how can I be the one and now I look like the mad person? And and literally Beyonce had the shorter end of the stick because she couldn't go and see. There was a point where they let the dad go and see her,
but not Beyonce.
Go and see Maya, but not Beyonce. And it was like, because she's the one who's more vocal, and it's like, if not for everything that Beyonce did, they wouldn't have gotten anywhere.
Yeah.
And you can even like be equally as angry. Let's both be so angry together.
Let's stand in solidarity. He was a bit too I didn't like him at all.
Me. I was like,
too
even if on the outside, like, I get it, like fire and water, you know, opposites attract, that kind of stuff. I hear it. Maybe you need to calm me down a little bit, whatever. But in the privacy of our own home, where we're venting and we're really allowed to feel the way we feel, why would you not be like, why are you trying to like chastise me? Yeah, and then the son is like, please,
Mommy, just do what Daddy. Shut the fuck up.
Literally, and the mom was like, your dad's not always right. Yeah. And it's like, remember that.
And he's a man. Right. Most times he's not right. So.
And especially in this situation, he's not right. It was so frustrating to watch, but also brought up a good theme in terms of like, actually, this isn't just about your daughter being sick. Like, now the whole home is sick. The whole family relationships are
because they were struggling. Like, he was saying that it really was a difficult time for them in their marriage, which it would be.
Yeah, I can
especially when you're not aligned in how you want to address the problem. It's going to be a problem.
Yeah.
So yeah, he had that interview with the police officer, and the police officer was like, "Oh, have you ever seen him hurt the kids? Have you ever seen her hurt the kids? Do you believe she would be doing this intentionally?" And he was and ahhing, like, he didn't turn around and say, "No, I can never." He said, "Oh, not to my knowledge." Yeah. Why the fuck would you answer that?
Yeah, that pissed me off. And also, he then tried to say he didn't know it was like a police interview. Yeah,
but she introduced us up.
And I was like, but then also the police woman was a bitch because they were like, "Did you introduce yourself?" She said, "Oh, well, I normally do, so I reckon I did." What are you saying? But he's also very stupid, and he's really the weakest link, because it's like, babe, even if you're chatting to a police officer, like, you should understand that anything that you say
is on the record.
Yeah, it's on the record. Like, it could be used against you. And like, instead of you to be like, "Oh yeah, no, like, she would never hurt them," or come and back your wife, like, "Listen, I know she can be a bit abrasive, I know that she can be really like overbearing, but that woman loved these kids and she would never hurt them."
She would never hurt them.
You say that, you're like, "Oh yeah, no, I don't think so. No, I would."
Like BFFR. And all the while, Beatrice had like a mental health evaluation, and she's come back fine. And these people are still trying to say something ain't right.
Yes, like, because Florence mentioned earlier the whole Munchausen by proxy, which is basically like, the mum, so they're saying Beyonce's got a health issue. It's the same thing with the Gypsy Rose case. The mum has a mental health issue, and so she's trying to say that her daughter is sick so she can get attention, right? But it doesn't even make sense, because with the Gypsy Rose case, the mum was getting loads of things, money, like, how's that, getting things from people who felt sorry for her child. What did Beyonce gain from this? Nothing. In fact, she actually lost everything. Yeah, there was nothing to gain. There was no attention. And then in comes this really like demonic social the hospital called social services, the child protective services, and they brought this woman,
and she was literally
Catherine Bailey,
she'd had cases against her before. She was super wayward.
Had been arrested for child abuse.
Yeah.
And the super wayward, dropped, but like still
super wayward. And you'd see her on the phone to Beata being like monitoring the conversation, not allowing her to say certain things, cutting her off. She would send messages Beata would send messages that this woman wouldn't share with Maya. Like, it was just horrible. Yeah. And she kept writing back that Beata was making suggestive comments
and was
to
being
Maya.
Inappropriate.
Yeah, so it limited the contact.
Yeah.
But I think it all reached a crescendo basically when they went to court, because obviously they were going to court back and forth trying to move forward in the case.
And also, sorry, just before you get to court, the interactions with the hospital and with Beata just felt very vindictive. Like, it felt as if they just didn't like her, and under the guise of, oh, we're trying to make sure your child is safe, they were like, yeah, this is how we're going to punish you. Because it was really over the top.
It was over the top. I agree. Even I was like, come on, like, this is the woman that gave birth to this girl. Like,
who brought her to the hospital. And
the whole point of social services, or like CPS, you're meant to, at least in the UK actually, you're meant to, removing a child from their parent is the last resort. You're meant to try and keep that child with their parent for as long as, this just was like one thing, and we're keeping your child and we're not going to why? It was ridiculous. But it all reached a crescendo when they went to court, and the judge basically ruled that they couldn't have any more contact with Maya for the time being. So the lawyer was like, can she just hug her?
Can she just hug her child that she's
just
not seen?
She's
At
not
this
seen
point, I think it was like maybe just under 3 months. No, it was about 3 months, just under 3 months,
Can she just hug her child? And the judge was like, no. And that broke. Because throughout the documentary, I kept wondering. So at first I thought the parents were divorced, so maybe the mum would come up later because she didn't want to be filmed with the dad. And then I was thinking, oh, maybe she just didn't want to be part of this documentary at all. And then like after this bit, it kind of hit me, because it was like everybody was like, oh, it was a build up to something terrible and da-da-da. So basically, there was this day where there was this like party next door, so some other kid was having a birthday party, and they were all meant to go. So Beata, Jack, and their son, as obviously Maya is still in care. So she wraps a present, gives it to them, and she's like, listen, I'm not gonna go today, I just want to chill like at home. And I didn't really understand this bit, but basically Jack comes home and he's like, the door was shut, and he
says the door to her bedroom was shut. Yeah. So that led me to believe that they sleep in separate rooms.
Separate bedroom. Oh,
because he didn't say our bedroom, he said her bedroom.
Fair enough.
And like they already said that they were having issues. And I thought to myself, that's kind of like weird. Like, if I come into my house and I don't see my man like in the living room or somewhere that's easy to see, I'm gonna go to our room and be like, yo,
to check.
That's
but
if it's a thing where like we have our separate rooms and it's like, okay, I'm just gonna give you your space, and like I'm less inclined to go and like bother you, or maybe I'll knock on the door and if you don't answer, I'll assume that you're sleeping. But it was strange to me that like there wasn't more of a, like, where's your mum?
Yeah, where is she since she didn't come in? I think she said she had a headache or something, so you didn't even check on her to see if she was alright.
This is what I mean.
But then her brother, like bursts in. And he's like, we need to check on, which I thought was weird.
No, but is that what happened? Because I thought that he just came to the house.
No, I think he comes and says we need to check on her.
Oh, right, okay. That's what I thought the first time. The second time I watched it, I was like, oh, I don't know if he said that. But I was wondering, the comes to the house anyway.
Yeah, and I was wondering what gave him the inkling. Did she send him a message or something?
No, but remember they found the email afterwards. So
One. So basically, when they come to the house, she had hung herself.
Yeah, basically the brother goes into the garage and finds her and screams like Jack's name, like in Polish. And then Jack is like, oh, I just knew. When he screamed, I just knew. And I'm like, so did you just know because you felt that she had been suicidal? And
then you left her at home.
Why would you not have checked?
Yeah.
Not even that you left her at home. Like, even if you thought, okay, she's not going to do anything, would you not then have like checked and been like, again, it's not his fault, actually. It's actually not his fault.
Yeah.
I think he did the best, what he thought was the best thing. And I don't agree with a lot of the decisions that he made, but again, not in that position, cannot say what I would have done, whatever. But it really was just so sad. I felt like she was dead from the
the time beginning. They didn't let her hug her daughter.
No, from the beginning, because we didn't see her. There was so much footage of her.
Yeah.
And then also because it was called Take Care of Maya, I was like, oh, I reckon that if there's a suicide note, it probably says Take Care of Maya or something. So in my head, I was like, oh, maybe that's where it was. But the note that she wrote didn't say that. It came like later on. But it was just so sad. Like, at that point, I was just like, do you see?
I was broken.
Do you see what you do when you don't see people as people and like lives as lives? You couldn't just let her hug her child in a court where there's plenty of people where her safety.
What do you think she's going to do if she's going to hug this child?
What do you think that she was going to do?
It was just the judge being, and I think there was a dose of misogyny there. The judge being a man and wanting to be like, I'm a man.
Who thinks that she knows everything.
I'm going to show you that I am the final boss.
Because it doesn't make sense. And it literally was like, there were so many things that led up to this point.
Yeah.
But this was like the final straw.
Yeah, this was the straw that broke comes back.
Literally.
And everybody says it, like, if she had had that hug, she would have been alive. And I believe it.
Yeah, I believe so. But then if she had had that hug, she would have been alive. And I'm pretty sure Maya would still be wherever.
In custody, yeah.
It's like Beata really sacrificed herself for her daughter.
Yeah.
Like, at the end of it. Because the day or a few days after Beata's death, then they release Maya to the custody of her father.
And even before they release her, there's this exchange of texts from these two doctors saying, oh, like,
ketamine girl, her mum
killed herself. And then they were like, oh, you can't blame yourself. He's like, yeah, but it's a bit crazy. Like, I've had 2 other mothers that this has happened to. And it's just like, are you guys for real?
Are you hearing yourself?
But there's something about doctors, though. Doctors are super, I find, detached.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not, this is no shade to the fact I'm married to him, but even like with him, like, when we talk about certain things, like maybe death, like
they have to be detached.
He's very clinical about the way he speaks about it.
Yeah.
And I feel like other doctors, not particularly him, but other doctors who are really doctors, they're super like, I mean, they say they're like most, like medicine has the highest amount of sociopaths or something in the profession. But yeah, they're super detached.
It's a pineapple cocktail. That's the only thing that they had. Hold on a second, bro.
Have you got the can?
Yeah.
Sorry, my alcohol delivery just arrived. It's not what I requested.
So it's white rum, coconut, and pineapple.
Oh, okay.
So
that sounds nice.
Yeah.
I got the coconut and the white rum, right?
Okay, cool. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Because I was just like, they ain't got what you got, but let me try.
No, I appreciate it. I love that for you. Thank you very much.
Cool.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Yeah, sorry, go on, girl.
Yeah, so I just feel like there's a level of detachment that they have to have.
I think they
but
do
this,
have to
this
have
is
that.
Yeah, this was beyond.
I think it's 2 things. I think one is that, like, sometimes, not all, but sometimes with doctors, you get people who are like really, really smart clinically, but don't necessarily have the best people skills or like ability to build a rapport with patients.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other thing is that they see so much like death or so much sadness or have so many interactions with patients that can be very frustrating that like you kind of have to develop a sense of like, okay, we move. Otherwise, whatever happened with patient A is now going to affect what's happening with patient B, and that can't happen. But in this situation now, like, it was just so horrible. Just callous, I think the word is. Just seeing the messages.
Callous,
ketamine girl, her like, come on. Like,
literally, it was super
and the thing is, I get, like, some parents do abuse their children. And so you have to, you know, say, okay, I think this is happening or whatever. There's that, fine. But also, when it comes to the people who are brought in to investigate those things, like, you lot should be doing your job well as well. Like, why did it ever get to this stage?
Because you lot's fucked up with this one.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Even if the hospital referred, you guys should have been able to see that, right? Cool,
yeah. So we now see Maya as well in the documentary, and she's just obviously talking about her heartbreak and her mum passing. And then they've started this like lawsuit against John Hopkins, and the other families involved, because other families have had this happen to them.
Can you
and
imagine?
Like one was
this happened to other people.
One was even saying that even after she got her kids back and she was cleared, like she wasn't an abuser, people still messaging her saying you should die, you don't deserve to have your kids.
Which I'm so sorry, but like, what is your own?
Yeah.
Like, what is your actual own? Like,
people are jobless though.
But some of them have jobs and they still do this shit. What is your own?
It's honestly
because it's
so
the
weird.
accusation. The accusation is so strong. Like, people are always going to look at you sideways.
Yeah. People are like, even for me, as much as I'm open-minded, if my neighbor was done for like child abuse, and then even if they were cleared, I'd still be like, are you actually innocent, or did they just not find enough evidence?
And also, it comes from like an innate like want to like believe that the government is good and the law system, the justice system works, because you think that, okay, if I just do this or if I just don't do this, I'm going to be fine. And then because in your life you've done this or not done this and you were fine, you think, okay, well, there must be some truth. This person didn't follow the rules like I do. I think there's some part of that kind of is why we all think like, oh, yeah, maybe there's some truth to it.
Yeah,
but it can
I
happen
agree.
to anyone. We see like a montage at the end of like so many people in America where the situations are similar. Someone in jail 15 years, someone in jail 26 years.
It's crazy.
For taking your child to the hospital.
Fam, and then do you think I'll ever want to take my kids to the hospital again?
Do you think I would ever?
America's just proactive in the wrong way. Like, you don't care about the police officers that are killing black people, but then you wouldn't let somebody hug their child.
Like,
make it make sense.
And like not enough at the same damn time. Like,
at the same damn time.
It's just crazy. It's innocent people.
So we see the lawyers that they've hired this family, and they're basically saying that like they have more than enough. Like Beata's notes and recordings are
extensive,
like evidence. It's all there, basically, that there was malpractice. And then so the jury selection is meant to go ahead so that they can move ahead with the case, and then the day they're meant to decide if they're ready to continue the case, the judge grants the hospital a delay. And so obviously this family is devastated because it's been going on for years now.
And imagine how much money they're having to pay. They've gone bankrupt. And they're still living in that same house where they found the mum. Like, because they can't move.
They can't move. Oh, they've gone bankrupt.
Yeah, there was a bit where they was like, they've gone bankrupt. Like, they lost so much money. That's even when the mum was alive, they had gone bankrupt.
Oh my God. And fam is sad. But basically, Maya's like, she wants to read something to the judge, like just to say how she felt. And then they were like, no.
They had to ask, basically, the lawyer was like, Maya wants to read something, and then someone was like, well, we don't know what this is going what to expect. What do you think? I think it should be a no. Just carelessly discussing this thing in front of her as if she's not even there. It's like saying, one, we don't care about your case, we're delaying it, and two, we actually don't care about you because we don't even want you to speak. It's like you're a non-motherfucking factor in your own case. Yeah.
So they celebrate Beata's birthday, and like Maya's just saying that obviously that her family has been great, but nothing will ever fill the void of her mum.
And she couldn't even say goodbye. She didn't even know the last time she was going to see her was going to be the last time.
Yeah.
What? This story is just one failure after another. It's actually devastating.
But I love that it was made, because I love when stuff like this happens, because it's like, okay, I'm not going to get you in court, but I'm going to get you...
The court of public opinion.
Yeah. And that sometimes is more damning. Like, you'd rather... I just hope this pushes them to settle out of court and give these people some money.
Yeah.
Because
and some closure.
Because like at the end of the day, and I really love when stuff like this happens. Like some of these like abusers as well, like, I didn't get you in court, but the court of public opinion is bigger. Like, we know what you did. Yeah. And it's forever.
Yeah.
But yeah, guys.
And then, like I said before, like at the end, there's like this montage of different people from all over America saying like different. One couple were like, they had 2 kids. They took one. The whole family went because one had gotten into an accident or something. And then the guy was like, we went in with 2 kids and left with none. Do you know how mad that is? Another one turned out he had some like rare genetic disorder, and he was a baby. And then she was like, the doctor was like, it could be this, but the baby can't talk, so I'm just going to report it as abuse.
As you do.
What is wrong with everybody here? Like, and there's people who are actually harming their kids.
Yeah.
Like, can we save all our time and resources for such people?
And they're going under the radar. Look at what's his name? Something. Gabriel Hernandez, is that his name?
Gabriel Fernandez,
yeah. Look at him. Y'all did nothing, and then this is the one that
it was so sad. It was so sad.
I'd 100% recommend watching it. 100%.
I would.
100%.
Oh, it was so sad. And then Maya, like, even now she's like grown. Even like we see so much footage. We even see footage with them at their mum's funeral.
Yeah.
She's in like her wheelchair, so young, just like crying, like, like we see her deposition, and it's just so sad because she still has the condition. Like she went to like physiotherapy, and like now she can walk, but she still has a condition, and like she can relapse and things like that. But yeah, scary.
I can't imagine not seeing your mum for 3 months because you were kept from her, and the next time you have any contact with her at her funeral.
Yeah. And then it's like, not only are you like, it's not like you're in like someone else's house, you're in the hospital.
And then you're like, this will, like, you keep saying to yourself, oh mum, like if you'd just held on, I was coming home. But I guess like you said, she wouldn't have come home.
She wouldn't have. The only reason that Maya is free is because Beata sacrificed herself.
Yeah.
Honestly, because Beata alive, she never would have stopped. It's like they felt that they had won when she passed away. They was like, right, cool, go on, then might as well. Because you could have given the family that relief while Beata was alive. But you didn't want to do that.
And she left a note making it very clear what led to her.
So it was you, it was your fault.
So you have that blood on your hands.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Really sad. Really, really sad. Really, really sad, but definitely a necessary watch, I would say.
Yeah, I agree.
But yeah, it was just really sad. The dad really pissed me off, but again, you know, I'm sure it was hard for him. Like, I'm actually sure it was hard for him, but there's so many times in the documentary I was like, what's your fucking problem? Like, what's your actual problem? Like, be a partner to your wife. Like, agree. Like, present a united front.
Nah, it would be too much to ask a man. Way too much.
But yeah, I'm sure he's suffering.
Yeah. So what are we doing next?
Oh, we're doing Jared from Subway, Catching a Monster.
Subway.
Now, it's 3 episodes. It's on Prime, but we're going to do it in 2. So, as we do. It's
going to be a long watch, but
and I'll
all
play
for
the trailer
you.
At the end.
Yeah.
Exciting.
All right, guys. Well, I'll leave you guys on a high another week or another month where I am not with child. It's a blessing to all.
Let's all celebrate. Way.
Let's all celebrate. Yeah, we need some good news. So it's
just so depressing.
Yeah, super depressing. I think that's why we were chatting so much in the beginning, because we didn't want to talk about it.
Do you know we did the same thing with Tell Me Who I Am? Do you remember that episode?
Yeah.
We were chatting for time.
Because it's too heavy. Like, it's like dense. Like,
yeah, it's
I need to go shower it off.
I know, honestly. I
Yeah.
try to drink it away.
Okay, Solange. Jules has grown up so much.
Who?
Solange's son, Jules.
Oh, is he?
Have you? Oh, you're not on social media anymore. Damn.
No,
He's got a deep voice and everything. He was on TikTok and they were asking him like what happened in the elevator.
Was he there? He wasn't there.
But he would know. It's like you would know. Why would you not know your family tea? Of course you know your family tea. Everyone knows their family tea.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, guys. Till next week.
Till next week.
Like, follow, all that stuff. I mean, do you know what?
Yeah. Girl. We back, and that's the best we can do for now.
That's the best we can do for now.
So enjoy. All right, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
I try to drink it away. Doom, 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 doom.
The story you are about to hear sounds crazy, but I can promise you it is all true.
Jared Fogle went from a nobody to a somebody. He became an icon.
He helps children all around the world. He's someone you could look up to.
As a journalist, I came to know Jared Fogle better than anyone.
There were cameras all throughout the house.
I had evidence of Jared saying what he wanted to do. He was an active pedophile. I didn't know where it would lead me. I just wanted to find out the truth.
Rochelle said, Jared from Subway wants to see pictures of my kids naked. And if I don't, he's gonna kill me.
He needed to be stopped. That's when I became an undercover asset for the FBI.
I need it. Hold on 1 second. I can hear AK playing some sort of village music. No. So you can hear it.
It sounds like a woodwind.
I don't know what video he keeps watching. Okay. We can hear that on the recording. Can you wear headphones? We can hear that. Do you always listening to? Like, every day you listen to it. What is it? Can you just wear headphones? I'm recording, please. He said, do you like the song? He said, do you like the song? Like, bro, that's not what I called you.
No.
How didn't he call you to hear, like, oh, what's this song I keep hearing all the time? I really like it. Like,
I'm going to put this in bloopers.
I don't even know what he keeps. I don't even know what he keeps listening to. He listens to it every day. I just say, do, and it sounds.
Imagining for me. I was like, why can I hear it?
No, it sounds like some village, like, yeah, where. Mate, it sounds like a call to all Igbo people around the world. Like, literally, like, see all of them, like, hovering around my house. Like, why?
That is so funny.
Or my flat, rather.
That is so funny.